Somebody had to stop him.
I did.
Okay, it's okay.
Is he dead?
You tell me.
Gotta be dead.
Think he's dead?
I hope so.
This is the baddest grandma out there. Like all you Owens out there be talking about ops. Your grandma should be an op as well, bruh. What's up, YouTube? Hope you're doing alright. And in today's video, we're going to be watching a killer grandma celebrating after killing her son. That's quite messed up. Anyways, without further ado, let's check it out.
Alive? He's not? Oh, good. Oh, thank you.
This is 63-year-old Cynthia Sidabaka, a once beloved grandmother and wife who chillingly was hiding a dark secret. When Cynthia suffered a stroke, her daughter Laura agreed to let her stay in their guest house while she recovered, allowing her to live in comfort near her family. But comfort is far from what Cynthia experienced, as inside the lavish, expensive house in California lived a troubled and unhappy family.
Suppose it's a rich family which did this to each other. She was brought in because she was sick, and I don't know how the turn of events led up to her murdering her son. But let's go further. Let's dig further into this situation. Rich people problems, bro.
My brother would tell me that she didn't approve of the way he disciplined the kids. On the other hand, my brother didn't approve the way she would discipline his kids.
While outwardly being known as an agreeable and friendly guy, Laura's husband Jawad was secretly a harsh and aggressive father. In what he simply called tough love, he would verbally and physically abuse his family, as well as break his children's toys when they misbehaved.
Okay, now that's out of hand, literally. That's out of hand.
Back patio smoking because she wasn't allowed to smoke in the house. And he would be out there watering and he would see, oh, where I see smoke, I see fire. Gotta put out the fire. And he would hose my aunt down with the hose. He did it to my cousin too.
So he was a bad guy or something?
At one point in a bout of rage, he even threw out Cynthia's late husband's ashes. But despite all this, the family...
Bro was a menace. He didn't let anyone have some peace. He was after everyone, even the dead as well. Throwing out bro's husband's late ashes. That's crazy, bro.
Put up with Jawad's actions until one day, everything took a horrifying turn for the worst. Cynthia had purchased a revolver from a local munitions store. All she needed now was the trigger, and it wouldn't take long for one to appear. On her 62nd birthday, before heading out to her granddaughter's spelling bee, Jawad said something that filled her with rage.
You can't go like that because it looks like you're ghetto in this.
Just a few minutes later, 5 gunshots would be heard echoing across the neighborhood. Then 5 more, and 5 more again. Jawad's body was found later sprawled across the kitchen floor, covered from head to toe in 12 bullet holes. Meanwhile, Cynthia had traveled...
She killed her son because he said that she looked ghetto, and that was the breaking point for her. I don't know how the ghetto people feel about that it was that terrible being called ghetto that you had to kill your own son. Now that's tough, bro.
To a nearby Denny's to order breakfast, and then went to casually celebrate her birthday at a casino, completely unfazed by the horrific acts that she'd just committed. But due to her jaded past with Jawad, it wouldn't take long for police to land on Cynthia as a leading suspect, and they picked her up at a coffee shop just hours after the murder. But who would suspect a sweet old grandma had just killed her own daughter's husband? Cynthia knew that in custody, all she'd have to do was spin a couple lies, put on an act, and by all accounts, she'd be set free.
Well, unfortunately, Laura's husband has passed away.
Huh?
We're going to ask you some questions.
People can act, especially women. They know how to act, literally. She even crying after she killed Broski. 12 bullet wounds. She went for a party. She actually purchased a gun. And who in the hell is allowing old people buying guns like old ladies? Okay, it's America. It's America. There's nothing we can do about that. But truthfully speaking, she played it like a Judas, literally.
We're gonna ask you some questions because we're
She
trying to
crying or
figure
she
out what
laughing?
happened today, okay?
All right.
Likely realizing that she wasn't going to be winning any awards, it wouldn't be long before she dropped the act and her tears turned to disdain.
What did you think of him? And why do you say that?
Yeah, she lost
That's the
it.
big thumbs down. You didn't like it.
Eventually, Cynthia remembered how to speak and told detectives about the abuse that her family had endured because of Jawad, recounting the times that he would spray his family with water, verbally attack his kids, and even choke his wife. So while detectives were now aware that Cynthia wasn't the biggest fan of Jawad, they didn't expect what would happen next.
She got herself caught. But if it was an old lady, she could have kept with the lies and ran out with it, literally.
Anybody try to stop him?
Can't stop him.
It sounds like somebody had to stop him. Or
I did. I did.
You just outed
I
yourself
was
out.
guilty.
okay. Somebody had to stop him.
I did.
Okay, it's okay.
Is he dead?
You tell me.
Gotta be dead.
Think he's dead?
I hope so.
This is the baddest grandma out there. Like, all you Owens out there be talking about ops, your grandma should be an op as well, bruh.
Cynthia's near instant admission of guilt was followed almost immediately by a chilling recount of the gruesome events.
You grabbed your gun from your purse and then what happened?
Went and shot him. Wasn't enough.
After she fired all 5 shots out of that revolver, she chose to go all the way to her car
A party?
and reload 5 more rounds into her gun. She walked back into the backyard.
So wait, it's a revolver. It carries 6 or 5 rounds, right? She shot him 5 times. Went back, shot him a couple times again, and added another or 2 more bullets and shot him again because he said he's 5 rounds in. Madness.
Found the
That's
victim
madness.
bleeding and crawling, trying to get away. And at that time, she pumped 5 more shots into his body. She still wasn't done. She still chose to go to her car and load 5 more rounds. She pulled out that revolver
10.
and fired 5 more shots until the victim was finally dead.
It was also later revealed that just a few weeks before the event, Cynthia had traveled to a local gun range to take shooting lessons with the same gun.
She be plotting all this shit. I hope she gets life. Literally, there's no reason to kill another person. I hope she goes for prison. What, for the rest of her life? Maybe it's like 2 weeks. But truthfully speaking, she's old enough. Just give her the guillotine. The guillotine. I call it the guillotine. Please, 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 please. No, no, no! I thought I did something crazy.
She purchased to kill Jawad, another obvious sign that the murder was planned and premeditated. But premeditated murders are usually done in a state of pure rage where the killer is adamant that their victim must be dead by the end. Very rarely are they done with this level of nonchalance.
Did you check to see if he was dead?
I didn't care.
And it seemed as though she truly
Oh,
didn't
shit.
care. As of course, after the murder, she went out to enjoy her birthday with breakfast, gambling, and coffee. Cynthia
Psychopath
also showed no
mentality, bro.
remorse whatsoever when she asked if she even felt bad for what she did.
You don't feel bad about it?
No.
Would you do it again?
Yes. Is he dead?
He's dead, man.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bro, look.
Thank you.
She knows that if she goes in prison, she won't be there for a long time. She's already old. She's about to check out. Like she did it for her daughter actually, and the kids who were suffering. So this was a suicide mission.
Oh boy, oh boy.
After less than 10 minutes of interrogation from Cynthia's denial through to her complete admission
She's
and
cheering as
celebration of Jawad's murder, detectives decided it was time to conclude the investigation. Cynthia's family
started
was
and
let in to
ended
say
right
their
there.
final goodbyes, and it was here that they truly realized they were living in a nightmare that nobody could ever hope to experience.
I wanted to.
Through Laura's shrill and uncontrollable agony, Cynthia sits there, nothing but pleased with what she's done. A cold-blooded, unremorseful killer granny. And while her granddaughter was asked to come say goodbye for the final time, Cynthia was shown the true scale of the havoc she'd wreaked on this family as she refused to even enter the room.
Oh Make me.
No, you can say that.
That just gave me goosebumps like crazy. Bruh. It's a crazy world out there, you know what I'm saying? She thought like she was helping the family, but it was the other way around. I can say she just hated the guy. Spite. You killed the kid's you killed the kid's father. Nah. Get the guillotine, bro. Get the guillotine.
This notion of Cynthia being this cold-blooded killer granny was enforced further by the reply she gave when the detective advised her to pray to a higher power that she would be treated well through the justice system.
Whoever you pray to, you make sure that
I don't
you
pray to anybody.
call a higher power.
Prayed today.
Okay.
First time ever prayed.
What'd you pray for?
I have a feeling she'll plead the crazy card. Yeah, like she lost her mind, literally.
Died.
Oh, boy.
3 years after the shooting of Jawad Eustaquio, the trial of Cynthia Sidibaka began.
Damn! That was 2014, right? That was 2014, and that's when she going to try. 3 years later, and she looking old as that. Look at her. Look at her. Even if you give her 100 years, maybe 2 weeks later, she'll be gone. She will be gone 2 weeks later. Anyways, I'm playing too much. I'm playing.
While it was admittedly obvious that Cynthia had indeed killed Jawad, the main questions the trial aimed to explore were, was the murder premeditated,
It was.
and was it justifiable?
Not
The case
at
against
all.
premeditation was fairly easy to debunk. Remember, Cynthia had bought the gun used in the murder just a few weeks before,
Exactly.
and she'd even visited a shooting range to hone her
train.
skills to make sure the kill was carried out swiftly.
Some Batman type
It also
shit.
didn't help that in this interrogation, Cynthia had said this.
13 years I wanted to go get him. I'm devastated.
13 years. For 13 years, she wanted to end bro's life. She's been thinking about it for years, over a decade. And one thing I've noticed is that she's white and he's Mexican. Some form of racism might be playing in there, like literally. But yeah, I think she just hated him because he was Mexican. Or not.
But the idea of the homicide being justifiable was slightly harder to argue with.
Exactly.
Cynthia had claimed that Jawad was an abuser, both verbally and physically. In fact, the defense even had Jawad's wife Laura on their side. She attempted to argue that he indeed was abusive, and that it could be excused that in an act of passion or rage, Cynthia had discharged the weapon to protect her family from
is
this man
murder.
that was supposedly destroying it from the inside out. But of course, the extraordinary interrogation tape was once again cited to dismantle the case. And a few weeks later, a decision was made.
And fix the degree thereof as murder in the first degree.
All right.
This is a tragedy. I love my mom. I love Jawad. There's no win here. Not for anyone. It's just complete sadness.
Cynthia Sidibaka was sentenced to 50 years in prison. At 60
50 years. 50 years for an old woman. She's like 60 or something. Think about it.
that meant she'd be living the rest of her life behind bars and forced to live with the weight of her actions resting on her shoulders until the day she dies.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was interesting. Like, she plotted this entire thing for 13 years. Until 2014, she decided to end man's life. There's no way we can actually justify our actions. It was premeditated. She sat on it, let it marinate for over a decade. And now she's been given 15 years. That was 2017. 50 years, and that was 2017. She's still in prison right now. Or maybe she died a week later. But truthfully speaking, this was not acceptable in any way. Damn, there are crazy people out there. Somebody might be sitting on your dirt, marinating it for like 2 decades. Anyways, this was 6 feet Echo. Be careful out there. Always look behind your shoulder or up your shoulder. However that goes, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share. Peace. Murder.